Okay guys, so welcome to my first makeup tutorial for you guys today. It's gonna be a really natural look because I'm here in South Carolina. I don't have all my makeup, but I'm so excited to film this for you guys. I'm gonna make it as short and simple as possible, so I hope that you love it. And if you want to see how I'm gonna get this natural makeup look, just keep watching. So I already went ahead and moisturized my skin with the Kiehl's. So this is not my face moisturizer. This is the all over body, and this is all I have. So I used this to moisturize my face, and now we're gonna prime. So we're gonna use the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. So I'm just gonna spray this all over my face and let that set in a little bit. So since we're going for a natural everyday look, I'm not gonna use my regular high-end brand, which is the Makeup Forever HD. I'm gonna go in with a drugstore foundation. It's the matte and poreless, and my shade is 120. So I'm gonna use that. So I'm just gonna put that on my hand just to warm it up a little bit. Oopsie. And I'm gonna take my Sigma F80 brush, and I'm just gonna dip that in and dot it all over my face. I'm just gonna start working it in. So this foundation is not that full coverage. It is very buildable. So I usually do like 2 layers. So I do 1 layer and then I let it dry. And then I do another layer till I feel like I have the best coverage. So I really love this brush to apply my foundation. Otherwise, I usually use my beauty blender, but I did not bring that with me. So I'm just using this brush. So I'm making sure to work that in all down to my neck. So that's the first layer. So I'm actually going to do a second layer for you guys to see now. So you can actually see how buildable it is and that it can kind of be more full coverage. So there it is. I did my second layer. I don't know if you guys can see. very well with this lighting. It's not perfect lighting, so I need to work on the lighting, but this is basically how it's gonna look. So we're gonna continue with the face. So after the foundation, I like to go in with the concealer. So like I said, I'm not in New York, and I don't have like all my products that I usually use, but I'm gonna use today the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer by IT Cosmetics. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on my hand to warm it up a bit. And I'm gonna take a Real Techniques concealer brush. I'm just gonna put that on my acne scars that I have on my face. And now I'm just gonna pat that in to blend it. Pat that in with my finger. So what's been really been helping me with my acne marks is the Mario Badescu whitening mask. It helps to eliminate all the dark spots after you've had acne. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my NARS concealer. This one is the creamy concealer in the shade Vanilla. So I'm just gonna apply this under my eyes, kind of in a V shape. This is not a very dramatic look, so we're not gonna go too crazy on the concealer. You wanna drag some down your nose, on your forehead, on your chin, and your mouth, and to the sides. Then I'm gonna take the same concealer brush, and I'm just gonna blend that in nicely. So usually I take my beauty blender and blend this in. So just to speed up the process, I'm gonna use my fingers just to tap it in a bit. Just to tap it in and warm it up. I'm using my fingers just as I would with the beauty blender. Just tapping that concealer in. So usually for full glam, I would use my contouring stick from MAC and like contour my face and all around, but for today we're going really natural, so I'm not going to use the cream contour. So now we're going to move on to eyelids. So I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear in Painterly. So I'm just going to put that over my eyes using my fingers. Just to get rid of the veins and the redness and give it a nice base for the eyeshadow later on. Okay, so now that we've done all that, we're gonna set it with powder. So today I'm using my Rimmel Stay Matte pressed powder in the color Transparent. So I'm gonna put that on. Just gonna pat that on. And just to brighten up my under eyes, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm just going to like bake or set that under eye concealer. Like that. So after doing that, we're gonna contour our face. So today I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild contouring palette. And I've been really loving this palette for contouring and highlighting. So we're gonna go in with a IT Cosmetics double-ended brush. So I'm gonna just dip it in this darker shade. This one is the, I think it's the Dulce de Leche palette. So we're gonna start from your ear and come down to your cheeks, and then you're gonna go to the top of your forehead. And on the other side of your cheek. Gonna lightly contour your face. Just to warm it up a little bit. This really helps to warm up your face. Don't forget under your chin. Okay, so then we're gonna take the other side of the brush. We're gonna dip it in that same color, and we're going to contour our nose. Like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to our brows. So lately I have not been loving the shape of my brows, so I've been working on it a lot, like trying to get it the right shape. So I've been growing it out, cutting it, tweezing it, just trying to get the right shape. So I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. So I use two colors. I use Ebony, which is like a darker brown, close to black, and I use a dark brown. So today I'm going to use the dark brown and start just filling in the brows a little bit and getting it to look as natural as possible. So I'm going to start by filling it in. And just kind of following the natural shape of my brow. So then you can use the other end to kind of blend it or brush it in. Brush in the product. You guys can see, kind of just basically filling it in. Then I like to take a Q-tip and kind of clean up the areas that are not too sharp. So I like to do that. Okay, so almost done